I was like, who's this big old corner, bro? You know, I was trying to see because I'm a safety. He bigger than me. I was like, huh. You know, you show big dog. But I feel like getting to know him has been amazing. You know, I feel like we've grown our friendship, grown our teammateship with it. Like, you know, so I feel like we're going to be great together.
That's Bud Clark talking about his relationship with Julian Neal. Clark was drafted in the second round, a safety out of TCU. Neal drafted in the third round, a cornerback out of Arkansas. Those two guys, Chris, as we listen to them on draft night, very colorful personalities and certainly have the athletic ability to back that all up.
Not only draft night, I was there, you know, when they both came here to the Seahawks headquarters and they gave their kind of rookie first press conferences, and both just so much fun. They had so much fun talking about meeting Richard Sherman, what it was like to meet him, getting the chance to play with each other. And you talk about Bud Clark, a name we've been hearing a lot. He was definitely one of the best ball hawkers in this draft. 15 interceptions during his time at TCU. And with that in mind, it is time for a deep dive, Paul, into Bud Clark. With that in mind, we go to a deep dive. Dusty Baker, who joins us now with more on the rookie, Bud Clark. Dusty?
Yeah, guys, first of all, it is very nice and warm in this area. I just have to point that out. So sorry about the wind today, guys, but I will say the wind, it's at least somewhat similar to what you'll see from Bud Clark. The speed, the aggressive nature that he has, it's something that you will see consistently out on the field. I got to point it out, first of all, guys, he went to the Harvard of the South. At least that's what it's referred to as at TCU. So naturally, excited to see what he's able to do this time around with the Hawks. But let's take a deeper dive into what Bud Clark specifically brings to the table here. Of course, the Hawks drafting him in the second round as safety out of TCU. But, guys, he plays the position in so many different ways, right? He comes out of different areas that plays the nickel. You've seen him play with plenty of pressure, sacks, gets all sorts of interceptions, jumps, picks in any way, shape, and form. We saw that against Michigan, of course, back in the Fiesta Bowl. He's 6'2", 185. Guys, his arm length is 38 and 5 inches. So he's got very decent arm length. What I want to point out to you guys, though, 441 40-yard dash. He's in the 93rd percentile. And for a 91.3 PFF grade. Have you guys ever heard of a PFF grade? Because I'll tell you that.
Yes, I just talked to Dusty.
There you go.
I was talking about it earlier in the show. How about listen to the show, Dusty?
There you go. Well, the reason why is because Caleb Downs ranked number 1 in that category. You have Bud Clark that ranks second. So, Chris, obviously, a stat that you and I both care about a lot. So, naturally, the Seahawks getting a lot. Yes, we do.
Maybe Chris cares a little bit more about it than you do.
There's a decent chance he does, guys. At the end of the day, what I look at the most is the speed. He uses it as both a blessing, though, and a curse. You'll see that when you dig into Bud Clark, where he maybe gets burned a little bit is a little overly aggressive. So that's something to keep in mind when you watch him this season. Tries to jump a lot of passes. You see that he doesn't get burned often, but it usually is when he's overshooting something along the sidelines. You can stack him up anywhere, and I do want to point out, guys, what the Seahawks look like this upcoming season from their defensive backs, and it looks like this thus far on the depth chart. You have obviously Devin Witherspoon, but also Josh Jobe as well at corner. You have at the nickel position, Nicky Iwamori, and then at free safety, it's going to be Julian Love slipping over there. Ty Okada is the interesting one here, as he was tendered a contract. He played every game last season, and he's at least at this time competing for that starting job. Guys, what do you see, though, from your perspective with Bud Clark? You see those numbers, a huge replacement here for what they lost in free agency.
No, I think what you show us there, Dusty, is absolutely amazing. I think he has a chance. He has a chance to earn a starting spot, but I think right now he's in a perfect spot to learn from some of the veterans, Paul, you know, Julian Love, and also just take a Ty Okada. What he did, next man up. We hear that mentality here at Seahawks. Steps up, played in every game, was huge in special teams, was huge in the secondary when he was asked to play. So I think they're in a great spot with Bud Clark, Dusty. My question more to you is, Paul's talking about A.J. Barner being a fan favorite. You watch Bud Clark at TCU. How quickly will he become a fan favorite here in Seattle?
Guys, the personality is so easy to like. When you look at Bud, what he does, he takes his family out on the field. He's a a family man, a community man as well, had a significant impact in Fort Worth and what he did at TCU. I have to point this out because I think a lot of people use this as a deficiency now in college football, which is players that maybe overstay their welcome. He was at TCU since 2020. Of course, he didn't have a lot of play time in 2020, and he had a medical red shirt after 2021. So he got his full share, if you will, at TCU. But what you're going to see is a guy that's well seasoned, a guy that, of course, has played in the biggest games, including you saw him play in the Fiesta Bowl. We don't really talk about what happened in the national championship, but he's seen a lot of work in different ways. And I think at the end of the day, you're getting what is almost, I don't think it's a safe way of saying this, but you kind of get a weird veteran college leader, if that's an easy way to put that, where the experience carries over directly. So I'm curious to see how that looks. But Seahawks fans should be so excited, man, because this guy is fast. He's got great hands. He's very aware. And more than anything else, if he can kind of clean up that aggressiveness and find a way to make it so that it doesn't work against him, they have somebody very special on their hands.
Hey, real quickly, Dusty, a mock top 5. You know, Paul, like I said, usually in the warm studios, has his masseuse, his makeup artist with him. And you and I, Dusty, we're out in the trenches a lot. Worst conditions you have to work in? Outside.
This is pretty amazing, guys. this is nice right now. I'm looking at the wind right now. I'm watching you guys on my screen. I wish we could show you this at the moment, but yeah, it's a little bit nicer in here. The worst conditions I was ever in covering something, though, guys, was actually a TCU game. It was TCU Baylor back in 2015. Downpour, 33 degrees, and it was, at that point, they called it raining ice. It was a triple overtime game. TCU won against Baylor, and I remember coming back home and I couldn't feel my feet. I had to heat them up for like 2 hours. So the wind, guys, not fun, but I'll tell you, soaking wet, freezing cold feet, so probably the worst experience that I've ever had. A mud bowl maybe being second on that randomly in California. Can't really explain that one.
Okay. I've never heard anybody break down his cold feet longer than that right there, Paul. And Paul, I do want to give credit to Paul Sylvie because you've been out in the trenches quite a bit. Many late Sunday nights on the fifth quarter. Yourself, Walter Jones, the crew that you're with, Tate Miller, Mike Perry. So
yeah,
you've been at Lambeau Field many nights where it's been very chilly.
Chicago day after Christmas, like when you get into the Midwest into December and January, yeah, it gets a little tough. You guys, both you guys, though, you've seen the commercial. It says never let them see you sweat. I mean, it's windy out here, but you're as soft as this jacket right now. What's the matter with you? Come on.
Gonna get some Charmin
Just act
for
like
you
it's
guys.
80 degrees and sunny.
Hey, maybe you need Tom Brady's new product. That'll help you guys.
Well, Paul, I'm going to tell you this, and I've learned a lot from you through the years, but my first day at King 5 TV 26 years ago, reported by the name of Jim Foreman, said, Egan, make it look like you're miserable out there. They love that. They love that.
They're going to love it at home right now,
You're doing a good job of that. All right.